All right. Hello, everybody. I wanted to go over a recent conference put together by the Federal Reserve surrounding blockchain technology and stablecoin adoption. So I'll just hop right into it. The Federal Reserve hosts a conference on payments innovation with leaders from crypto, AI, and the banking industries. This was on October 21st of 2025. I personally watched the entire thing and asked myself a few questions and had a few small takeaways from it. So here we go. Why did the Fed host this conference? This first statement is what Google Gemini provided me when I asked it this question. I believe it is correct, but misses a few critical factors, and I'll explain this after. So Gemini said, the Federal Reserve likely held the recent crypto and payments conference to address the rapid evolution of the digital finance landscape, signaling a shift towards integrating and regulating new financial technologies. So this is likely correct, but I think that there's more to it. So my own personal opinion, the Fed has realized that stablecoin issuers are buying up short-term treasuries, aka US debt. And they hold these essentially as collateral to back the coin and provide value, the actual value of the coin. These are coins like USDC and USDT, just for instance. The total market capitalization of US dollar-backed stablecoins reached over $260 billion in the third quarter of 2025, and I expect this to continue to grow as time marches forward. What I believe this really equates to is a new, steady, and reliable purchasing of US debt, meaning it's debt that's not being bought by other countries, like China, for instance. We really kind of don't want them buying our debt, holding that over us. This is a strong, long-term reinforcement of the US dollar, especially while there is a massive volatility within the market and uncertainties pertaining to the US dollar currently. This provides a decentralized way to spread the US dollar across the world and re-solidify our dominance by making the US dollar more accessible to the world, especially in countries where their currency is highly volatile. My last thought is financial stability and regulation. The Fed's main goal is, as a whole, the Fed's main goal is financial stability within the markets. They aim for this by targeting to keep low inflation, a low inflation rate, while also keeping unemployment at a manageable level. This is a balancing act, and it's really difficult. And there's a lot of times when the Fed catches a lot of flack, but they do their best. The less that the Fed has to print money, the better off they are at keeping inflation at a manageable level. By integrating stablecoins into the financial system, the Fed will have insights on what is actually happening in the market and will be able to react using the data and potentially regulate what's happening there, while also bringing the ecosystem together and managing interoperabilities that plague chain-to-chain transactions most of the time currently. Next, how does this affect the stablecoin and blockchain landscape? The Fed's conference represents a significant turning point that could dramatically shape the stablecoin and blockchain landscape by providing a pathway for legitimacy, integration, and regulatory clarity moving forward. Some important takeaways that I found were a potential proposed system for direct access to U.S. payment system. This would be in the form of skinny master accounts, or also known as just payment accounts for eligible payment innovators, such as stablecoin issuers or fintech companies. Next would be regulatory endorsement and legitimacy. The Fed Governor, Chris Waller, made some comments as he was welcoming the DeFi industry while stating that crypto is no longer on the fringes. This is really a massive shift in tone coming from the central bank, as historically this was not the case. And next, the focus on tokenization. There was a large amount of discussion surrounding tokenization of assets that would lead to things such as stocks being able to be traded 24/7, 365, much like how Robinhood already operates. Markets would have the potential to be open any point of the day and be accessible to everyone in the world. The in the world part is important because potentially this could lead to an even further inflow into the USA equities markets, as anyone from anywhere with access to the internet would be able to sign up and start to trade and pour money into US equities. So lastly, I noticed the majority of speakers on this have very much expressed that it is a long process. And it will continue to be a long process to build on chain and do it in smart, equitable, and a safe manner. There are a lot of people getting into crypto to make a fast buck and get out. That's not me. This has a very, very long runway, and I believe that we have barely scratched the surface. There have been some regulatory tailwinds recently, such as the Genius Act, that really validated the potential use case for stablecoins, and in the process of that also boosted blockchain technology. That's right around when I started following crypto. This is because stablecoins like USDC and USDT operate primarily on L2 solutions like Arbitrum, Optimism, and Polygon, all of which are layer 2 solutions or scaling solutions on top of Ethereum. This brings me back to why I'm bullish on the long-term outlook of Ethereum, of the Ethereum ecosystem as a whole. We are very early, and there's likely multiple chains that are winners in the long term. The way I see it today is Ethereum is going to be the blockchain of choice for financial institutions for transactions. But I would not be surprised if a few other chains pop up, like a chain designed to store and file personal information like your online identity, along with your potential AI assistant and important documents such as medical records, birth certificates, social security identifications, and much more. And that's just a thought for now. And I'm not aware of any chain that's being created for that currently, but I can see it happening. So to wrap up this video, I just wanted to thank you all for watching and ask that if you like this information and my opinions, please hit the like button. Drop a comment down below if I missed anything. I'm going to put the link to the full 6-hour video that I'm referring to down below in the comment section, so you can view for yourself if you would like to. Thank you, and have a great day.